Good morning, students. So far we have studied about excretory organs and the process of excretion in human beings, right? Today we are going to learn about excretory organs in other animals. Shall we start? Yes. Students, you already know that animals are divided into two major groups, right? What are they? Yes, invertebrates and vertebrates. Invertebrates are those which don't have vertebral column in their body, and vertebrates are those which have vertebral column in their body, right? So animals ni రెండు రకాలుగా డివైడ్ చేశారు. వెన్నుముక ఉన్న జీవులు అండ్ వెన్నుముక లేని జీవులు. వెన్నుముక లేని జీవుల్ని ఇన్వర్టిబ్రేట్స్ అంటారు, ఉన్న వాటిని వర్టిబ్రేట్స్ అంటారు, రైట్? If you see the vertebrates, there are five groups in it, or we can call 5 classes of organisms are there. They are Pisces, nothing but fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals, right? In all these groups of animals, we have the same excretory organs, that is kidneys. See here, fishes have kidneys over here, a frog has it here, and tortoise over here, parrot over here, and cow has kidneys at this region. Understood, students? But only difference is the complexity of the structure of kidney differs. From Pisces to mammals, the structural complexity increases. Understood? So అన్ని vertebrates లోనూ excretory organs kidneys ఏ, కాకపోతే వాటి స్ట్రక్చరల్ కాంప్లెక్సిటీ మాత్రం పైసిస్ నుంచి mammals కి ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. We find more primitive kidney in Pisces and advanced kidney in mammals. Understood? So this is about vertebrates. And what about invertebrates? In invertebrates, unlike vertebrates, there are variety of structures that serve the purpose of excretion. Let us see one after the other. Students, you already know that there are 9 phyla under invertebrata, right? What are they? Yes, they are protozoa, porifera, cnidaria, platyhelminthes, nematoda, annelida, arthropoda, mollusca and echinodermata. So upon this, the first and primitive phylum is protozoa. Let's begin with protozoa. Students, in protozoa we find unicellular organisms, and these organisms are mostly aquatic. They live in both fresh waters and marine waters. Examples are amoeba and paramecium. Because they have only one cell in their body, they don't have any excretory organ in them. They simply release the waste materials into the surrounding water through the plasma membrane by a process called diffusion. You already know what is plasma membrane. So it is the outermost layer of the cell. So in the amoeba, this is the plasma membrane. Why a plasma membrane? The waste materials are released out by the process of diffusion. And what is diffusion? Diffusion is movement of materials from high concentration to low concentration. Here the waste materials are more inside, so they are moved from in to out. Understood? So what did you understand? The excretory structure in protozoans is plasma membrane and the process is diffusion. This is what is given in our textbook. Apart from the students, protozoans also have another structure for excretion, that is contractile vacuole. But this contractile vacuole is seen only in protozoans that live in fresh waters. In freshwater protozoans, the water concentration outside is very less when compared to water concentration inside the body. In other words, they live in hypotonic environment. Students, you already know that if a cell is dropped in hypotonic solution, what will happen? The cell takes up water. Same thing happens here. Continuously water enters the cell and swells it up. If this process continues, what will happen? At one point, the organism is broken out. It bursts out, right? So this will not happen because they have a organelle called contractile vacuole. So what does this contractile vacuole do? This vacuole takes up the incoming water and also the waste materials from the body, and then it moves towards plasma membrane. After reaching the plasma membrane, it makes a temporary hole in the plasma membrane and releases the waste out. Waste and also the water out. This process continuously takes place so that the extra water does not swell up the organism and break it. Understood, students? So this is how excretion takes place in freshwater and also the marine organisms. సో ఏం లేదు, ఇవి యూనిసెల్యులర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ కాబట్టి వీటికి ఏ ఆర్గన్స్ ఉండవు. సింపుల్గా డిఫ్యూజన్ ద్వారా వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ బయటకు వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. బట్ కొన్ని ఫ్రెష్ వాటర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్లో, అంటే మంచినీళ్ళలో నివసించే కొన్ని ఆర్గానిజమ్స్లో ఏమవుతుందంటే దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ ప్రాబ్లం. ఏంటంటే బయట వాటర్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ తక్కువగా ఉండడం వల్ల వెన్ కంపేర్ టు లోపల, బయట ఉన్న వాటర్ లోపలికి ఫ్లడ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది కంటిన్యూస్గా. ఇది అలాగే జరిగితే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆర్గానిజం బాగా స్వెల్ అయిపోయి ఊదిపోయి ఒక స్టేజ్లో బర్స్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. కానీ అలా జరగట్లేదు. ఎందుకంటే దే హ్యావ్ ఏ స్పెషల్ సెల్ ఆర్గనల్ అండ్ దాని పేరు ఏంటంటే సెల్ కంట్రాక్టైల్ వాక్యూల్. సో ఇక్కడ చూడొచ్చు మీరు, ఇది కంట్రాక్టైల్ వాక్యూల్. ఇదేం చేస్తుందంటే లోపలికి వస్తున్న వాటర్ని దాని లోపల స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటుంది. అంతేకాకుండా వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ని కూడా కలెక్ట్ చేసి దాని లోపల స్టోర్ చేసి పెట్టుకుంటుంది. వన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఫిల్డ్, బాగా ఫిల్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత అది ప్లాస్మా మెంబ్రెయిన్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చేసి ఇక్కడ ప్లాస్మా మెంబ్రెయిన్కి ఒక చిన్న హోల్ లాగా చేసేసి దానిలో నుంచి వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ని బయటికి డంప్ చేసేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఇది కంటిన్యూస్గా జరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది. వచ్చిన వాటర్ని కంటిన్యూస్గా ఇది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకోవడం, వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ని కూడా తీసుకోవడం అండ్ ప్లాస్మా మెంబ్రెయిన్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి హోల్ని ఫామ్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసేయడం జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ విధంగా ఎక్స్క్రీషన్ అనేది ప్రోటోజోవన్స్లో జరుగుతుంది. ఫ్రెష్ వాటర్ స్పీసీస్లో అయితే సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూజను, రివర్స్. ఫ్రెష్ వాటర్ స్పీసీస్లో అయితే కంట్రాక్టైల్ వాక్యూల్ అండ్ మెరీన్ స్పీసీస్లో అయితే సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్ ద్వారా ఎక్స్క్రీషన్ అనేది జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. అండర్స్టూడ్ స్టూడెంట్స్? Now the next phylum is Porifera. Examples of poriferans are sponges. Sponges are mostly marine and are sedentary. Marine means they live in sea waters, as sedentary means they are immobile. They cannot move from a place. They are fixed to a place. Understood? So cyan, this is the cyan, it's a sponge. Now what about excretion? Students, all sponges, they have pores on their body. So there are multiple pores on their body. These pores are called as ostia. These pores are like mouths. Through these mouths the water enters into body cavity and from there it comes out through a terminal pore called as ossiculum. We can consider this ossiculum as anus. So we can say there are multiple mouths and one anus in case of sponges. Now students, the water during its journey, when it is inside the body cavity, it collects the waste materials from all the cells. This water, we can call this water as water bath. Into this water bath, all the cells of the sponge releases the waste and that water then comes out through anus-like structure called ossiculum. So we can say the excretory structure in sponges is water bath. So the water which is bathing all the cells, that is acting as excretory structure. Understood students? So that is why in our textbook it is given like water baths all cells under excretory organ. Even in Nidaria we have same kind of water bath. Examples of Nidarians are hydras, jellyfishes, etc. Let's see where the water bath is in hydra. See here students, so this is hydra. Hydra is cylindrical. It has a terminal pore called mouth, right? So this terminal pore is called as mouth. Through mouth, water with food materials enter into the body cavity and this cavity is called as gastrovascular cavity here. And once the water is inside, all the cells of the hydra, they release their waste and this waste filled water then comes out through the same pore called mouth. There is no anus in hydras. They have the mouth itself acts as anus. So water with food enters through mouth and once the water is filled with waste, it comes out through the same mouth and gets out the waste. Understood students? So this is how the water bath is acting as excretory structure. The next phylum is Platyhelminthes. Platy means flat, helminthes means worms. So we find flat worms here. Examples are tapeworms and planarians. In these organisms, there are specialized cells for excretion. They are called as flame cells. You could see a flame cell here. This is how a flame cell looks like. It has several cilia on it and these cilia will be continuously moving. Because of the movement of these cilia, these flame cells, they look like burning flame, flickering flame. Understood? So that is the reason why these cells are called as flame cells and these flame cells are actually present on the lateral sides of the flatworms. They are present all over here, and this side also these cells are present. These cells, they open into, they collect the waste materials and they dump that waste into excretory canal. This is the excretory canal, and the excretory canal then opens out through a pore on the body wall. So see here, here all the flame cells are present. They open into excretory canal, and that canal opens out through pores on the body. The pores are not shown here, but understand, flame cells collect the waste materials and pour that into excretory canal. Excretory canal opens through excretory pores present on the body wall. Understood, students? So flame cells అనేవి ఉంటాయి, అవి sides లో ఉంటాయి, చాలా flame cells ఉంటాయి. ఈ flame cells అంతా వేస్ట్ ని కలెక్ట్ చేసి ఒక లాంగిట్యూడల్ పొడుగ్గా ఉండే ఒక ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ కెనాల్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ కెనాల్ లోకి డంప్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఆ కెనాల్ మళ్ళీ బాడీ వాల్ మీద పోర్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఆ పోర్స్ ద్వారా రిలీజ్ చేసేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఆ పోర్స్ ఏమంటారంటే ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ పోర్స్ అంటారు. అండర్స్టూడ్? సో ఇది సెల్, ఇది ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ డక్ట్, అండ్ దీని లోపలికి వేస్ట్ వస్తుంది. ఈ ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ డక్ట్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ కెనాల్ మళ్ళీ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఎక్స్క్రీటరీ పోర్స్ ద్వారా బాడీ లోపల నుంచి వేస్ట్ ని బయటకు పంపించేస్తుంది. అండర్స్టూడ్? ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్. నౌ ద నెక్స్ట్ phylum is Nematoda. Nema means thread. So we find thread-like worms in this phylum. One popular example is Ascaris. In these organisms also we find specialized cells for excretion, and those cells are called as rennet cells. Let's see where the rennet cells are. So this is Ascaris, the roundworm. It is called as a roundworm. This is the mouth region, and at the mouth region we find specialized cells called rennet cells. This is a rennet cell. This cell collects the waste materials and throw that out through a pore called excretory pore via a canal. So this is the canal through which it sends out the waste to out. So this is the excretory pore over here. సో నెమటోడాలో కూడా మనకి స్పెషలైజ్డ్ ఎక్స్క్రిటరీ సెల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, వాటిని రెనెట్ సెల్స్ అంటారు. ఇది ఒక రెనెట్ సెల్, ఈ రీజన్ వరకు ఇది ఒక రెనెట్ సెల్. ఈ రెనెట్ సెల్స్ మనకి మౌత్ కి దగ్గరగా ఈ రీజన్ లో ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. అవి వేస్ట్ ని కలెక్ట్ చేసి ఒక కామన్ డక్ట్, ఇది కామన్ డక్ట్, ఈ కామన్ డక్ట్ ద్వారా వేస్ట్ ని ఎక్స్క్రిటరీ పోర్ గుండా బయటకు పంపించేస్తాయి. అండర్స్టూడ్? ఎస్. Now the next phylum is Annelida. It includes segmented worms like earthworms, leeches, etc. Segmented means compartmentalized. Their body is divided into compartments. Understood? Okay. Now it is from this phylum onwards the excretory organs got developed. Until Nematoda there were no excretory organs. Because in Nematoda and Platyhelminthes, it is the cells that are serving as excretory structures. And in Cnidaria porifera, it is the water bath. And protozoa, it is plasma membrane. There were no organs. But for the first time, the excretory organs got developed in Annelida. Understood? And the excretory organs are Nephridia. Nephridia are just long tube-like structures with a funnel at one end and an opening at the other end. Let us see where these nephridia are present in earthworm. So this is an earthworm. I told it is a segmented worm, right? So this segment number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And the nephridia, they are present from 4th segment to the last segment. So where are nephridia present? From 4th segment to last segment. Few nephridia are zoomed over here. See the structure. It's a long tube with a funnel. See the funnel, and it has a long tube which has an opening at the other end, and this opening is actually on the body wall. Through the funnel it collects the waste materials of one segment and passes it into the tube and ejects out from the pore on the body wall. Understood, students? So this is how nephridia acts as excretory structures in Annelida. Now the next phylum is Arthropoda. Arthropoda means, artho means joint, poda means leg, right? So they are joint legged animals, and it is the first largest phylum in invertebrates, which includes varieties of organisms that live in various habitats like soil, air, water, etc. Examples are cockroaches, grasshoppers, prawns, scorpions, spiders, mosquitoes, etc. Because of large diversity among the organisms of this phylum, there are various excretory organs, different types of excretory organs. Only two are given in our textbook. They are Malpighian tubules and green glands. Malpighian tubules are seen in cockroaches, grasshoppers, and green glands are seen in prawns. Let us see where they are. So this is cockroach. In the cockroach, this long tube is the digestive system, and in the digestive system we find tube-like structures. So these are the tube-like structures at this region, and these are called as Malpighian tubules. These tubules, they collect the waste materials from the body and dump that into the digestive system. Via the undigested food, the waste also come out. Understood, students? So this is about Malpighian tubules. Now the green glands. Green glands are seen in prawns in the head region below this eye. See here, this green color structure is the green gland. Actually, the structure of green gland is shown here. See here. So green glands, they collect the waste and they dump through a pore which opens out. Understood, students? So this is about green glands. Now the next phylum, mollusca. In this phylum we have snails, oysters, octopus, etc. Here the excretory organs are more advanced than Annelida and Arthropoda. They are a little similar to our kidney. They are nothing but the metanephridia. Let us see where these metanephridia are present in snail. So this is snail, and in the snail this is the nephridium. It is like our kidney. It gets the blood from the body and it filtration takes place. So from the blood the wastes are filtered out into the nephridium, and then the wastes are sent into gill chamber. So here is the gill chamber. Wastes are thrown into gill chamber. Along with the water present in the gills, the waste come out through anus. Understood, students? So they are like our kidneys. Mana kidney lo elagaithe blood filter ayyi urine form avutundo alage almost similar anamata. Ikkada blood ostundi, blood ikkada circulate avutu untundi. From the blood the nephridia removes the waste and sends it into gill chamber. Ikkada water circulation untundi kada, along with that water the waste comes out as through anus. Understood, students? So this is about mollusca. Then the final phylum is Echinodermata. In Echinodermata we have starfishes, sea urchins, etc. All echinoderms, they are marine, that is they live in sea water. And in this phylum we don't find any excretory organ. They have a system that helps in excretion, and that is water vascular system. Let us see where this water vascular system is present in starfish and how it do excretion. So this is a starfish, and in starfish we have a central disc with 5 radiating arms, right? On the dorsal side, that is on the back side of the starfish, in the central disc region we have 2 openings. One is anus and the other is madreporite. So this is the opening called madreporite. This madreporite leads into short tube. This tube then leads into a central ring canal. So this blue color structure is ring canal. This ring canal branches out into the arms as radial canals. So this blue structure is radial canal. Each radial canal contains branches. These branches have bulb-like structures. So this is water vascular system structure. Now water, as these organisms live in seas, the water from outside enters through madreporite, then goes into ring canal, then into the radial canals, and then the water comes out through these bulb-like structures. Okay, so water, the passage of water is like from madreporite to tube, then into central ring canal, then into radial canals, then through bulbs water comes out. As the water moves through these canals, the wastes are released into water from the body cells, and as the water comes out, the wastes are released out. Understood? So madreporite ద్వారా వాటర్ ఎంటర్ అయ్యి ఈ ట్యూబ్లోకి వెళ్ళి దెన్ సెంట్రల్ రింగ్ కెనాల్లోకి వెళ్ళి రేడియల్ కెనాల్ లోపలికి పాస్ అయ్యి ఈ ట్యూబ్స్ ద్వారా, ఈ బల్బ్స్ ద్వారా బయటకు వచ్చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే వాటర్ కెనాల్ సిస్టమ్ అంటారు. సో ఇప్పుడు వాటర్ పాస్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ అంతా, బాడీలో ఉన్న వేస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ అంతా వాటర్లోకి డంప్ అవుతాయి. and when the water comes out, waste kuda బయట వచ్చేస్తాయి. This is how excretion takes place in echinodermata. With this we have finished the topic excretory organs in other animals. Hope you understood. Thank you.